This day in Sioux Falls history.
This day in Sioux Falls history is brought to you by Thomas James and Bechtold Jewelry, the oldest jewelry store in South Dakota, using time-tested techniques to restore and repair jewelry and using the latest technology to create custom pieces. Thomas James and Bechtold Jewelry, 325 South Phillips Avenue in downtown Sioux Falls. It was on this day, July 18, 1899, that A. Lester Hayer Packing Company begins operations in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, processing 150 hogs in the very first day. Nobody knew it at the time, but the business had been doomed before they even started. 3 different businesses had owned the packing house. Between them, they invested over $1 million. That would be like $35 million today, and at that point they still hadn't had a single hog processed. R.F. Pettigrew's Sioux Falls Stockyard had laid out the plans for the original operation in 1890. They invested over $370,000 and ran out of money. They stopped construction before the building was operational. 5 years later, Andrew Pettingill, one of Pettigrew's original partners, reorganized under the name Northwestern Packing House. They invested $100,000 more into additional land and infrastructure and finalized the main building. However, upon installing modern machinery and having everything prepared to begin operation, they simply stopped. He never opened for business. It is suggested that old creditors came calling. Then finally, on this day in history, A. Lester Hayer Packing Company finally started to see some production. But sadly, it was short-lived. Those same creditors that came calling for Pettingill, well, they showed up at A. Lester Hayer's door. As the lawyers and accountants worked to settle the account of the now defunct Northwestern Packing House, they found that they still owed money to construction workers, contractors, and even some board members. It was finally settled in court that the sale of the business to A. Lester Hayer Packing Company was illegal, and the building and the equipment and everything was to be auctioned off, with the purchase price going toward paying off debt. So A. Lester Hayer Packing Company was out their investment and without a home. The building would sit empty in South Dakota near 41st Street for years until a WPA demolition project took it down in 1939. This day in Sioux Falls history has been brought to you by Thomas James and Bechtold Jewelry.
Hi, this is Thomas James with Thomas James and Bechtold Jewelry. We're absolutely honored to be able to look back on the history of Sioux Falls because we feel we're part of that. But we always look forward to the future and working with your grandchildren. It's more than jewelry, it's love. Come and see us at Thomas James and Bechtold Jewelry at 325 South Phillips Avenue, downtown Sioux Falls.